In my case, they were almost always too small. But regardless, I always wore mine proudly, often opting for pain because who didn't want to show off new shoes from London? Now, my younger sister would sometimes have the same problem, and so because my feet were actually bigger than hers, I would wear her shoes for a day or two to stretch them out, to create more space for her to walk more comfortably. You know, I did this for several years until we finally started accompanying my mom overseas, but at that point, I think it was too late. You know, I still have one small toe that didn't quite recover. But as I grew older, though, I realized that stretching tight shoes, creating more space for other people, became a consistent theme in my life. It is the impetus for why I do what I do. It's the way that I move through the world. You see, my fundamental belief, as you heard in the video, is that every woman is entitled to live a life of dignity, a life where she is not robbed of agency, a life that is graced with self-determination and free from sexual exploitation. Creating space for other people is what compelled me after I read a book called Let Your Life Speak by Parker Palmer to step into the purpose that had been beckoning to me for my entire life. You see, I started reading the book on a Friday, and I came across a line in a poem that said, "Ask me whether what I have done is my life. Ask me whether what I have done is my life." You see, I'm a lawyer by training. Don't judge me. But at that point, in October of 2013, I'd been practicing law as a partner at a prestigious law firm in New York for over 10 years. And according to my white male partners, I was the epitome of black female success in the United States. I had the nice corner office. I had a lucrative salary. I was supervising a large group of junior associates. I had the respect of my colleagues and my clients, one of them who often referred to me as a classy bulldog. But yet, I was unfulfilled because I was not doing what my life had called me to do. Ask me whether what I have done is my life. I finished the book that Sunday evening, and with a burning sense of urgency and confidence in purpose, on Monday morning I walked into my senior partner's office and I handed him my resignation letter. I resigned. Because until you step into what your life has called you to do, there will always be a misalignment. The gift of discomfort will continue to haunt you. And the words of this poem by Mark Nepo will continue to echo in your soul. Let no one keep you from your journey. No rabbi or priest. No mother who wants you to dig for treasures that she misplaced. No father who won't let one life be enough. No lover who measures their worth by what you might have to give up. No voice that tells you in the night that it can't be done. Let nothing dissuade you from seeing what you see or feeling the winds that make you want to dance or go where no one has gone before. You are the only explorer, your heart the unreadable compass. Let no one keep you from your journey. And so, I courageously started on my own path. I founded my NGO, Pathfinders, which unapologetically stretches tight shoes and creates space for women and girls at the tables of their lives. Our mission is to eradicate sex trafficking and the sexual exploitation of women and girls in Nigeria. We're both rehabilitation and prevention focused. The name Pathfinder was a nickname that my father, the late, great Archbishop Benson Idahosa, gave me when I was 9 years old. And like you heard in the video, he would call me his Pathfinder because he would say that no matter where he was in the world, and many of you who know him know that he traveled extensively, he would say that no matter where he was in the world, I would always track him down. I wasn't okay with just leaving a voicemail for him or voice message for him. I actually had to speak to him directly. And so he started calling me his Pathfinder. And so when I started thinking about a name for the organization, this made sense because it's not only who I am, it's what my father called me prophetically, but it's what we're trying to do for these women and young girls, is to help them find their path out of injustice, out of trauma, out of sexual exploitation. It is our way of providing sustenance in the shadows. It is our way of allowing access to possibility, to hope, two things that young Nigerian impoverished women don't believe they have access to. But the reality is that as you sit here today and you listen to me, there are over 40 million people that are trapped in human trafficking. 71% of them are women and girls. And think about this for a minute. There are actually more people currently enslaved today than at any other point in human history. Human trafficking, or modern-day slavery, encompasses both sex trafficking and labor trafficking. It is a $150 billion per year industry. It's the third most lucrative illicit business in the world, right after the trafficking of drugs and arms. Of the $150 billion that are made annually, almost $100 billion of that is earned off the bodies of women and girls in sex trafficking and sexual exploitation. The average global cost of a lifetime slave is $90, 32,000 naira. And for $90, a woman who is trapped in sex slavery can earn her trafficker an average of $100,000, i.e. 36 million naira every single year. And so for 32,000 naira, you can purchase a lifetime slave, and she can earn you 36 million naira every single year. That's one heck of a return on investment. Because unlike guns and drugs, human bodies are the only ones that can be recycled over and over and over again. But let's talk about what's going on in our beloved country, Nigeria,